Okay, so welcome to a new series now for Final Fantasy VI. Metal Gear is still not recorded. I was planning on playing this anyway, but I'm gonna record it earlier than I was planning to because Metal Gear I had problems with, and I'm still gonna do it, but recording had problems, so I'm gonna leave it for a short while. So this is Final Fantasy VI Advance, which is the Game Boy Advance port, because the Game Boy Advance port is the better version of the game. So this is my favorite Final Fantasy game, and one of my favorite games. I'm not gonna read this because it doesn't matter. In fact, I'm just gonna skip through it. So there's Biggs and Wedge, and then in the middle is our protagonist, whose name hasn't been revealed yet. Hard to believe an Espor has been frozen in the 1,000 years after the War of the Magi. Bah, probably just another wild goose chase. I don't know. They wouldn't have let us use her unless they were confident that the information was good. Oh, yes, our witch. I hear she fried 50 of the Magitech armored soldiers in 3 minutes. Kind of makes your skin crawl, don't it? With that thing on her head, okay. The girl won't even breathe unless we tell her to. We'll approach from the east. Move out! I'm not gonna talk over this scene because this scene, very good opening. The Game Boy Advance version of that song isn't as good as, in my opinion, but I like the battle theme more than the original SNES version of the battle theme. The girl takes point, and don't waste time on the riff-raff. Remember what we're here for. Let's move. So here's our protagonist, who is not yet named, and Biggs and Wedge have generic portraits because they don't stay with us very long. Imperial Magitech on him. I know it's Magitech. Imperial Magitech armor. Not even Narsh is safe anymore. I really love the battle theme. Biggs and Wedge gain quite a few levels, but it won't matter. They don't stay very long anyway. So now, here we've got to show the Imperials no good because they're killing dogs. But if you're going off what the sprites look like, the dogs are bigger than us and our armor. So I mentioned before, I mentioned before that this is my favorite Final Fantasy. Though, this is my favorite Final Fantasy, but I've never actually beaten it. So, I'm gonna try to do that, but I don't know how long it's gonna take. I think that this type of battle was first introduced in this game, but I could be wrong about that, where it's like enemies on one side and enemies on the other side as well. It doesn't really change gameplay that much, but whatever, it's nice. The intro, despite the fact that it's basically just walking up a hallway, it's very good, I like it a lot. And then Final Fantasy XIII and 13-2 did the same thing, except they're way less good. Because at least here you get to fight things. Final Fantasy XIII and 13-2 are both no good games. Do not play bad. Fast forwarding might happen a lot, but it also might not, I'm not sure. It probably won't get used as much as I used it in Pokemon, though. According to our source, they unearthed the frozen Esper in a new mineshaft they were digging. This must be it. No, I know how they work. So this was a thing in quite a lot of Final Fantasy games, was you couldn't say, you had to find a save point to save the game, which, like, in the very early Final Fantasy games, you know, that, and up to this point as well, probably up to, like, Final Fantasy IX all made sense, because of the, like, consoles they were on. But, like, now it's all, like, save whenever you want, like, whatever. But for ages it was like that. I don't think that stopped until, like, 11. And then, in 11, because it was an MMO, whatever, I never played it, but it was an MMO, and I never played 12, but I really want to. And then 13's bad, and 14's also an MMO. And then 15 is open world, so they kinda had to do they kinda had to have it be save whenever you want. Oh, here you go, first boss. With the boss theme that's more well known than the actual game. So this fight is meant to teach you, meant to teach you about tactics. So this guy, Emir, you only attack him when his head or whatever is showing. Because if you attack him when it's retracted, his shell absorbs the damage, and then it gets launched right back at you. Oh. Accidentally did that. Oh, Wedge is dead, I didn't even... Should use Cure. Dun 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 dun. Oh yeah, the slime effect. I'm pretty sure all that does is just slow you down. Okay, now we can attack him again. Oh yeah, I haven't played this game in ages, so if I make a lot of bad decisions, that's why. Now it's time for not attacking for ages again. I was gonna talk about the protagonist of this game, but I was gonna save it for later because I guess saying the name of the protagonist is a spoiler, but whatever, I'll just say it. The protagonist's name is Terra, and she's basically the first Final Fantasy protagonist who they decided, okay, we're going to make her a little more angsty than the previous protagonists. But because this was the first time they did it, they were kind of only really experimenting with it. So, okay, never mind. They were only really experimenting with it, so they didn't put in... Oh god, we are not doing good. They were only experimenting with it, which I said like 3 times now, so they didn't fully... She's not nearly to the extent of like later protagonists, like Cloud, even though Cloud's like balanced in his angstiness. He's not like... just like... He's not... That's not all his character is, even though in the Final Fantasy spin-offs that's what they made his character be. And definitely not to the extent of Noctis in 15, who that is pretty much all his character. I really like 15, but pretty much Noctis's character is just angsty man who likes fishing. Oh, I don't think there's any more fights going on, so whatever. Even though everyone's dead. So this is the frozen S-ball. This thing giving me the creep. Something not right. The frozen creature begin emitting an eerie light. Where is the light coming from? What was that? Weg, where are you? What going on? Oh yeah, naming characters Biggs and Wedge in Final Fantasy games has been a tradition since 6. I don't remember. In 7, the Biggs and Wedge are the guys near the beginning who are helping Cloud and Barrett. They die. I don't remember And I don't remember any of the other ones until 15, where they're just kind of some guys who are working for the Empire. Where am me? My, and I just removed the crown. Oh yeah, so Biggs and Wedge are, yes, they are Star Wars references. My, oh, I just said that. My head, it hurt. Easy there, this is the slave crown. The others were using it to control you. It was robbing you of your thoughts, making it so you do whatever they told you. I can't remember a thing. Don't worry, it'll all come back to you in time, that is. She's the protagonist. She gets to say ellipses whenever she wants. A mysterious young woman born with the gift of magic and enslaved by the Gestalian Empire. I'm just gonna use all the default names, so Terra. My name is Terra. Impressive! I've never heard of anyone recovering so fast. You must be made of tougher stuff than most. Open up, we're here for the Magitech armor pilot. Open this door right now and hand over that girl. She's an agent of the Empire. Oh yeah, character portraits. Even though this was originally an SNES game, it had character portraits and they were all, like, scanned in from, the concept art. I forget the name of the concept artist, but he's a very good artist, and I'm pretty sure he still does art for Final Fantasy. And the concept art was just scanned in to use for the character portraits. So it's very good art. Empire? Magitech armor? There's no time to explain. You need to get out of there. These fools aren't going to listen to reason. This way, quickly. So we've just gotta escape. It makes you think, cause you're behind the roof, it makes you think you've gotta remain in shadows, but then immediately, when you cross the bridge, you're immediately caught, so it doesn't matter. And battles at this point are very hard because you've kinda just got your sword and basic fire magic. And you've only got 4 magic, so, I mean, there's no point. Or MP, rather. Oh yeah, there's also a run button, but it's very goofy. Instead of, like, a new animation, it just speeds up your animation. Which, I mean, I know why they did, I understand why they did it. It was an SNES game. SNES ain't that powerful, but still, it's goofy to me. It's a goofy movie to me. I hate, even though I keep doing it, but I keep fast forwarding through the battles even though I hate doing that. Phoenix down? Okay, good. We have a Phoenix down. We won't need that yet. In fact, it's useless if you only have 1 party member. But when we get another one, which is very soon, that'll be very useful. I love how everyone talks about how serious of a game Final Fantasy VII is, which, I mean, in terms of story it is. But one of the just regular enemies you can fight is a living house. And people bring that up a lot, and somehow people are still able to take it as very seriously. I mean, I can, but I'm still making fun of people who feel the same way as me. Oh yeah, this enemy, this green man here, apparently he's just a guy. Like, yeah, bandit, he's just a guy. He's just hiding out in the mines. For some reason teaming up with, like, wind elementals and stuff. Why are they called Spreitzer? What does that even mean? It's probably a reference to some mythology. Cure. Now I'm not on the verge of death. There she is. Oh yeah, what you just heard in the audio, the Visual Boy Advance. Well, I think it's in most emulators, really. After you fast forward, sometimes the audio doesn't have time to catch up and it messes up like that. Now she is asleep. A sweet little magic user. Ooh-hee-hee-hee. With the slave crying, you'll be all mine. That guitar string's like the Seinfeld theme. Someone should remake the Seinfeld theme with this song. Burn them all to a crispy. I love that they name him Kesker, even though you'll have no clue who that is at this point. Gestalt, soldiers of the Empire, we stand at the dawn of the new age. The lost power of magic has returned to us. We are the chosen ones. The time has come for us to claim our rightful dominion over the world. Now he's hiling Hitler. Nothing shall stand in our way. Hurrah! Long live Emperor Gestalt, the man who looks like a dog. New character. Locke. Took you long enough, busy with all the robbing and plundering, I presume. Oh.